Hello, thank you for joining the Pyra membership orientation webinar. We'll get started in a moment. Just going to allow some more people to join us. So welcome. Okay, it is 12:01 and we have a small group right now, but maybe more will join. Let me just confirm, we are recording this. So great. I want to honor our time together. We have 45 minutes together. So I want to make sure that we utilize the time. I have a lot to cover every month. It's my pleasure to be with you during your lunchtime. And I am delighted that you're here with us. And so let's move forward. Today, I want to begin with a general update. Basically the health and safety of the HR community is our top priority. So we stopped having chapter meetings, in-person conferences, chapter meetings, seminars in late March. And our board decided to put a moratorium on all our face-to-face meetings through the end of this year. And that is based on the guidelines set out through from the CDC and our local electeds. So we are following all the regulations and guidelines to that. It looks like because we are seeing an increase in infection rate in certain counties in Southern California, that will be virtual for a while now. So that's kind of what's happening. And I'm really excited about what our plans are for the virtual program content. Let me step back for a second though. I want to make this as interactive as possible. Because we have a lot to cover, we usually don't open up the mic for people, but if you do have any questions, and I'll be asking for your input in terms of what your priorities are for the next 45 minutes. So in a moment, so just know, chat us up in the Q&A box or in the chat room, and I'll be sure to pause and make sure that I'm answering your questions, because again, I want to honor your time, and this is for you, so that we can help you get the most out of your membership. So now back to the slide and what I wanted to talk about. I am really excited about our plans for 2021 in terms of virtual content. We are looking at 11 content tracks, which include comp and benefits, culture, employment law, global HR, HR Department of One content, HR tech, diversity and inclusion, leadership and personal growth, people and talent management, recruitment and talent acquisition, and strategic HR. So be prepared for our calendar to be full of content in that area. And we're really looking at this deliberately so that the content is rolling in a way that it's always something different within those content areas. Also, we'll be highlighting each of our 18 chapters, which I'll talk about in a moment a little bit more in case you're not familiar with all 18 chapters. So, if this is a year to be a Pyra member, if there's a year to be a Pyra member, this is it, because you won't have to leave your home to get the professional development that you need. So really excited about that. Also, we have a webpage if you are looking for coronavirus resources, it's on here because I know that's a lot of what our HR community is dealing with right now. So I'm going to pause for a second before I do some introductions. I see some things in the chat. Elisette, who you'll meet in a moment. Anything in the chat I should be aware of?
Well, yes, actually. So Amanda Osborn, she's the chair for South Orange County. She just said hi. She's joining us today. So if you have any questions about volunteering or joining South OC, she's the go-to person. We do have a question in the Q&A box about Pyra versus Sherm.
Okay, we're going to get to that in my presentation. So I'll make a note that that's a priority for you. Let me see, who's asking? Thank you so much for the question. Thank you, Tracy, for that question. I'll definitely be covering that in my presentation. And thanks, Amanda Osborne, for joining. Gosh, are you going to hang out for a while? Should we unmute Amanda? Amanda, you want to say hi?
Hi there.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay, ladies?
Yes.
Awesome.
So thank you so much for joining. And the reason I thought, I don't know if you'll be able to last for the 45 minutes, but everybody meet Amanda. She is the chair of our largest PIHRA chapter.
I'm virtually waving.
So if anyone has any specific questions about South OC, Amanda's with us, so she could share their plans. And but yeah, let's kind of keep going through. And Amanda, I will, let's see, you could join us.
I'll stay on as much as I can. It's been a while, obviously, since I've been a brand new member. So just wanted to tune in and make sure I'm even aware of all the great new perks and programs and resources that you've got going on. I know Pyra is constantly staying, ahead of the curve, so to speak, and getting lots of great content and folks and resources out there for everybody. So I want to make sure I was aware of that so I can pass that on. And just thank you guys for, coming up with new and exciting ways for us to stay engaged as members. I mean, it was such a huge pause for associations, worldwide, and you guys really did an awesome job of kind of pivoting and listening to give us not only what we need, but what we want. So a huge kudos to our lean and mean team there at Pyra Home Office.
Great, thank you, Amanda. I'm going to go ahead and mute you, but just raise your hand so we can involve you in this. Cool. Yay! Okay, so let's do some introductions. And my name is Lily Arguello. I didn't say that up front. I'm here in the middle, and I am, kind of got my stay-at-home look going today. You'll see me. And I'm delighted to be here with you. I love working with Pyra. And, we didn't really pause when the pandemic hit. We kept rolling. And so I'm really excited about us adapting to technology that we had, but, we just knew that this was going to be the way to better engage and better equip our members in our community with the information they need. Because I don't know how you guys feel, but if I was an HR practitioner right now, I'd feel like my hair was on fire. So, and I've talked to some of our members and I kind of get that sense. So thank you so much for being part of our community and for sticking this out, because this is tough times. Elisette's with me. So she's my right hand and the first person you're going to speak to if you call our main number or email us. So Elisette, you want to unmute?
Yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us. I am, like Lily mentioned, the first person that you may speak to if you dial the main number or email us. So Lily and I are a great team. We try to respond as quickly as we can within 24 hours. So feel free to reach out to us. If we can address your question after the webinar, we're happy to help. And I will also be monitoring the chat box and the Q&A box. So feel free to type in your question and I'll let Lily know that we have a question. So yeah, thank you again for joining us. I'm happy to be here.
Interrupt me. Thank you. And I just interrupted you, sorry, but she'll interrupt me. I do not mind. so that we could get those questions answered. And I'm going to try to speed through things that aren't relevant to you today. But really quickly, let me introduce Matthew Pallett, who's also on this slide. He didn't join us today. Maybe one of these days he'll join us on these webinars soon. But he's a newly appointed chair of the membership committee. We are all accessible. Elisa and I, we have an expectation of each other to respond to emails within 24 hours in a working day. If that doesn't happen, it's because something's up, and we're either on vacation or our workload is heavier than usual. So, but Matthew is a volunteer leader. So volunteerism is big, just like Amanda is a volunteer leader. We cannot do it without our volunteers. So I'm going to be talking about that as we move through the entire organization, because I think that's one of our key benefits to members, to really gain visibility in the HR community and build those leadership skills. I mean, I know my bosses always encourage me to take on leadership positions outside the workplace to help me grow internal to the company. So I encourage that for you. This is a key difference between Sherm and Pyra. If you're a Sherm at large member and don't have a local chapter, then becoming part of a local chapter really helps you gain that visibility in those relationships. So that's Matthew, and let me keep moving. So like I said, I definitely want to get to your priorities first. So we're going to do a quick poll, and Elisette's going to help me with that. Yeah, here it is. So what are your priorities? What do you want to learn from the next 35 minutes? Please, I'll give you another, 30 seconds. All right, people want to learn about the chapters. People want to learn about benefits. Great, chapters. Monthly meetings. HR certification. And if there's something on here that isn't covered, like other, you could send me a chat. So what's just an other? All things. Okay. If you replied other, just put it in the chat or the Q&A box so I can cover it. So I got chapters, a lot about the monthly meetings. Want to think about that. Seminars, HR certification, and benefits. So which the highest percent? Okay. If you could end the poll and share the results. Great. So monthly meetings is top, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I get it. We can stop sharing and move forward. So it looks like a lot of people want to hear about monthly meetings and what's going on. So I'm going to go through anything that's not related to your priorities quickly and get to your priorities as soon as possible. And again, any specific questions you have for me, Elisette, or Amanda, because Amanda's with us. She is a chair of one of our largest chapters and does monthly meetings, but we haven't done any monthly meetings lately, and we'll talk about what we have been doing instead. So what's our mission? We exist, and we've existed since 1944 to engage, elevate, and serve the California HR community. We focus on providing high impact programming, professional development, and networking opportunities, because we all know that, I think the stat is 80% of the people who find a job find it through their network. So I can't emphasize enough the power of, right now, we don't have face-to-face meetings. Join a chat, and I'm going to tell you about those in a moment, so that you can network informally with our chapter volunteers and our long-term members. A lot of times they know about positions, and if they don't know about positions now, get involved with them, get to know them, do informational interviews. And so this is our advantage in the local marketplace, is that we can introduce you to local HR practitioners or HR connectors like Amanda, so that you can get connected. I see something in the chat. Here's who our members are. 32% are HR certified. Someone asked about HR certification. And let's address that really quickly. I'm not sure what specific questions you have about HR certification, but I'll tell you this. I'm studying for the Sherm SDP, and I'm taking it in January. So if anyone wants to send me a private note and get in on my work study group, we're meeting tonight. And the reason I'm doing it is because I needed to add credibility to my background. My background is actually in organizational development, and like just be prepared for the next phase in my life. There is statistics out there that a lot of people know, a lot of employers are looking for certifications. It's a great way to differentiate yourself from other HR practitioners who may not have a certification, and also a great way to increase your earning potential. I believe, and I can't find the citation, it's not in front of me right now, but you can earn up to you can increase your earnings to up to $20,000 with the HR certification. So, but this is kind of us in a nutshell, and I'm going to move on. But is there anything in the chat that I should be paying attention to, Elisat?
No questions yet. Just a few comments.
Yeah, and if anyone has a specific question about HR certification, I'll do my best to answer. But by the way, we're going to send you this deck immediately afterwards, or like within an hour after the webinar, and it'll have a URL for you to get more information about HR certification. I know we are planning for some prep classes coming up in winter 2021, and we have one of the best HR certification instructors ever. Richard Dawson, he was my instructor. I love him, and he tells it like it is, because it's not easy studying for this exam. And the Sherm SCP and the SPHR with HRCI, they are tough tests. Just saying, they're tough. So monthly, who are our chapters? That was some of the questions we got. What are monthly meetings? What are our chapters? So we have 18 PIHRA chapters. We cover a pretty expansive footprint. And so each of our chapters, and I don't know if you could see this very well, there is a chapter missing, chapter or two missing here. But so, for example, we have PIHRA South OC, and they're our largest chapter. They, when they have face-to-face meetings, they meet in Newport Beach. We also have Coachella Valley. That's our farthest east chapter. They meet out of Desert Hot Springs. Our farthest north is Antelope Valley. They usually meet out of Lancaster. And we go all the way to the beach in Santa Monica, and that's PIHRA West Los Angeles. Again, right now, we haven't been meeting. A lot of these chapters are doing virtual chats, is what we're calling them. And these chats are free for members. And so that kind of is replacing the monthly meeting right now. If you have any specific questions about the monthly meetings, I'll kind of cover it a little bit. But before I do that, each of our chapters, we have a new chapter, by the way. It's located in North San Diego County. It's not, they just got affiliated a month ago, I think. So they're not on my map, but they'll be, when they get to meet, they'll be meeting in North San Diego County, more than likely. They have been doing some chats because we have a community in San Diego that comes to our conferences, and I'll talk about our conferences and seminars in a moment. Under normal circumstances, our monthly meetings, there is a cost, an additional cost to attend monthly meetings because there is a networking component and there's a meal component, so you can break bread with each other. And there's also a professional development component. I think 95% of the monthly meetings have professional development where you can receive recertification credit. So again, there's a cost because we have to pay the venue and we have to pay for the meal. And I know that South OC, when we're able to go back, you can meet up to 60 to 100 people at their monthly meetings because they have pretty large meetings. I'm going to pause for a second because I'm talking too much and just see what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, we have one person, Marianne, who is interested in the study group that you're having for the certification.
Marianne, can you do me a favor? Elisa, just send her my lily@pyhra.org because I may not remember. So if you could email me today, we could talk in the afternoon. I think I have time. It's been a busy day, but yeah. So, but Amanda also said they have up to 100 people. So if you want to network and get to know people in the community and you reside in the South, Orange County area, you need to check out even one of their virtual chats. They have great virtual chats, but I think I'm taking too long here. So let me continue. We'll talk more about the monthly meetings and the chats and all that too. So along with our 18 chapters, we have 3 special interest groups. One is the Pyra Foundation. They are a separate entity. They're their own 501c3, and their focus is raising money to provide scholarships for HR practitioners and communities. So you do not have to be a Pyra member to apply for a scholarship. They have 2 scholarship windows right now that I know of. The fall one just passed, and they have a spring one coming out. So, for example, they give scholarships if you're getting your HR degree. They might be able to, provide you with an award for that. If you're getting your HR certification, they also provide awards for that. Now, there's some details that I can't cover right now, but definitely they don't get enough people applying for their scholarships. So please do that. We also have Club Pyra. I call this the fun side of HR. They usually went under normal circumstances, which we're not under normal circumstances, but they usually meet quarterly. And the reason they're the fun side is because their focus is really that HR practitioner that is responsible for employee recognition events, the Christmas party, the summer picnic, and things like that. So this group will connect you with vendors that can help you, but their quarterly meetings are awesome. Like, for example, they'll go to Knott's Berry Farm, they'll have a vendor fair, there'll be a meal, and you can get into Knott's Berry Farm. I've even thought of taking my daughter because it's only like $35 for members, and you get access to whatever venue they're at. Really cool. They've even had concerts at House of Blues. So check them out. Should I pause? I see things lighting up in the chat.
No questions. Amanda is just inviting everyone to the holiday event next week.
Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to go to another mixology event with Nolan, Amanda. When is that happening again? We also have Emerging Leaders, which was formerly Young Professionals. I'm really proud of this group because I was part of the group that launched this, and we won the Sherm Pinnacle Award for this. And I am going to get to the Sherm Pyra relationship in a moment. So we are the largest Sherm affiliate in the world, is what I like to say. But they'll say we're one of the largest, but I know we're the largest in the countries because I see the report. But so Emerging Leaders, they exist to help people who are new entrants into the HR profession, who are just getting out of school and really need that mentorship and connections and just to talk to someone that's in the same situation. So these 3 special interest groups have their own board as well. I don't know if I said that, but if you want to volunteer, the 18 chapters and the 3 special interest groups are a great place to start if you want to start your volunteer career with Pyra, and I highly recommend it. I know Amanda's out there chat her up, because if she doesn't have a volunteer position right now, she's going to get to know you and try to fit you into something when it comes available. So volunteer.
Yeah, we have a question about the Emerging Leaders group.
Okay.
Is that only for new graduates or those who are getting into HR?
It's for early entrants into HR. So if you're like 3 to 5 years, or even if you want to make a transition into human resources, check in with this group, because they'll be able to talk about things that are more relevant to you. And so yes, and you know what? If you're interested in Emerging Leaders, check them out, even if you feel like you might not quite fit. So, because they're looking for mentors as well. So if you're a seasoned professional that really wants to give back, that's another group that you could just check in with. So hopefully that answers that question. All right. benefits. So I have created this wheel of value, which I didn't have time to include, but basically I have monetized the Pyra benefits, and you can get, I think it's like $4,000, was it $4,000? At least that, do you remember? It's not in front of me. So, but I've been able to monetize the Pyra benefits to right around $4,000 of value for a $150 investment. And sometimes you could even get a promo code and join for less. So, you know, in that, I can't go through all of the benefits, but this is a hot one. We partner with Think HR to provide the Pyra workplace. And one of the things that I love about it is this HR hotline. We call it Pyra Live. So if you have a question or you need to get some resources quickly, or your boss comes to you hair on fire because there's an issue going on, call Pyra Live. It's an 855 number. All you got to do is tell them your name. It's free for members. You can call it unlimited amount of time. And they are senior HR certified folks answering the phone. I call them every now and then if I have an answer, or if a member comes to me and they, you know, their hair's on fire and they need help, I'll call them, get the resources. And what's awesome is that they'll email you within an hour or two with any follow-up documentation. There's this Pyra Comply, and there's so many things on here. You have to really spend some time to just see all the things, but there's an employee handbook builder. It has all 50 state policies. So if you're California, you know we're special. You can find California policy to stick into your employee handbook, a job description builder, etc. So lots and lots of stuff here. Right here, just with these two, with the employee handbook builder, the job description builder, and the Pyra Live, that's like $2,000 worth of value for the year. So anything that I should be aware of in the chat box?
No, I included in the chat box the value. So the value was 4,700 and
Okay.
the investment is just 150.
Yay, thank you for having my back, Lisette. So here's some of the things in the Pyra workplace. I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna just quickly skim over this. Again, we'll send you these slides. And this is the live consultation information. So they have subject matter experts in employee relations, in employment law, in COBRA, workers' comp. So a lot, it's like you could spend hours there. So I definitely, if you are a member, here, I forgot to say this. If you're a member and you're thinking, how do we get on Pyra Workplace? I don't know what she's talking about. I'm having issues with this. Don't hesitate to reach out to me and Lisette, because we can make sure that there hasn't been an issue on the back end and get you that access immediately. And like we said earlier, it shouldn't take us, we should do it within 24 hours. Sometimes I'm like immediate response. So is Lisette. We're pretty good at that. So don't wait and get frustrated that you can't get in, because it is a little bit, it's a separate platform. So Sherm has this as well. I'm going to get to this in a moment. Sherm has these resources as well. And their website, they're a lot bigger than we are. So the resources are very accessible, but we also include this in our membership benefit. So a lot of the things that Sherm has in terms of online tools, we have, but Sherm's tools are on steroids. So that's kind of a little bit about that. Here's a little bit more on Comply. For everybody who is in transition, this is one of the things I like to highlight. First of all, if you're in transition, get on our chats. Please, email me separately if you're having an issue renewing, or you need a better deal, because I can help figure out, like, how do we get you the best deal possible? Because I know money is tight. I get it. My money is tight too. And I'm really, just being extra careful, because I just don't know, what's going to happen in 2020, right? So, but back to this. This is a member only benefit. It's through Into Your Next Step. They were formerly known as Career Arc, but now it's Into, and we partner with them to give our members a free 6-month license to this online work transition platform. It is awesome. You can research companies, you can take notes on there, but one of the things, you could there's workshops on there on how to build your resume. But one of the things I like is a job interview tool. So it's actually a camera, and it gives you interview questions that you can practice in front of the camera. So basically, it's not like an interactive tool, but in terms of the robot asking you an interview question, but you can bring up some questions that you want to practice, videotape yourself, because that is so relevant. And now most interviews are via Zoom, right? So you can kind of see, what are your nonverbals, and how is your presentation, how are your public speaking skills going, so that you can continue to hone that. I really like that tool on CareerArc. Any questions or comments?
No questions.
Okay, I'm hoping I'm getting through everybody. Volunteerism, you didn't ask about that, but I've already said a lot. If you're interested in volunteering, just shoot me and Lisette an email, and we'll introduce you to some volunteer leaders, because each chapter has their own needs in terms of volunteerism. So if you come to me and you're like, why can't you tell me what volunteer positions are open? It's because we have 18 chapters and they all are very independent and autonomous, which is great. And so I'll definitely need to connect you with them. Now, the power of dual membership. So someone asked, what's the difference between Pyra and Sherm? Well, you already know we are a Sherm affiliate, and we're the largest Sherm affiliate, and we work well together. We've been really working on our partnership together. And so Sherm has its own membership, and we have a separate membership. But we do provide, if you're a Sherm member already and you want to become a new Pyra member, we can provide you with a discount, because I know it's a lot of money. The Sherm membership is $219 and ours is $150. So when you combine those, it gets to be a lot. We cannot compete with Sherm on their online benefits and on their HR magazine and all that. But what we do bring to the table is that local connection. And, Amanda could probably talk to that. I know some of our long-term members, they've met their best friends here. I used to work with one of our volunteers, and she called the connections, her close connections with Pyra, her HR Fab Five, because these are the people that she was able to contact when she had an issue at her own organization that she just needed to bounce off somebody else. I was just talking to another HR practitioner. HR could be very lonely. Sometimes you can't even go into your internal team because you don't want to sound like you don't know what to do next. So it's so important, especially now that we're staying at home, to build your HR board of advisors, or just your HR friends that you can just kind of vent to, but more importantly, that you can go to and say, I'm struggling with, for example, a difficult employee, or I'm being mistreated at the HR level. Have you ever encountered this, and what did you do? Because it's a difficult time, and so you need that local connection, and through our virtual chats, which I'll get to in a moment, and especially when we're out of this pandemic, when you'll be able to meet people face to face, you need that. And so that's what we bring to the table, along with our really high impact professional development, which I'll get to next. Anything I should pay attention to in the chat?
Yeah, a couple of comments. So Carla Reyes.
Hi, Carla.
She shared that she's happy to connect and share her Pyra story with new members, but that she can't unmute because she's working on a project, but she's happy she joined. That's one of the comments.
Yeah, Carla, I know a little bit of Carla's story, but a great example is someone out of South OC. They became the president of the Pyra student club at their university. I'm not going to name names. And then also, because of that connection with Pyra, they became very active with Pyra South OC. And I think we have her on video, and she talks about how she found her dream job because she started volunteering at South OC, and now she's got this great job. I think she's on maternity leave right now, but yeah, there's a lot of stories like that, a lot of those. So please get involved. Some of you were asking about our seminars and conferences. If you have not I mean, raise your hand. Can you raise your hand? Maybe not. But tell us if you've attended the California HR conference. If you haven't, the in-person conference, I mean, I even get people from Sherm saying it's one of the best conferences they've ever attended. It is on fire. We did it virtually this year and it went really good. We got a lot of great feedback. And so we're very well known for the California HR conference. We're very well known for the Pyra legal update. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. We have that coming up on January 27th. If you're not a member and want to join and go to Pyra, the California Employment Law Update, because it's all going to be California law centered, which I'll talk to you about that in a moment too. You can do that for $199. So you attend the conference and become a member for $199 until December 18th, which is in a week more or less. So that's a deal of the year. And we're gonna be talking about leaves. We're gonna be talking about, gosh, what you saw that this morning, right? We're going to talk about leaves. We're going to be talking about, gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but it's going to be all the employment law stuff that you need during the pandemic. So trends, employment law trends that we feel, laws that are going to come in to play in 2021. They're going to talk about that. If you're an employment law nerd, I also need to tell you about the Legislative Affairs Committee. Please contact me because we're growing that. I'm really excited about that because I know a lot of our members are interested in advocating for their companies or advocating for their employees on the laws that are being written up as we speak. So just email me at lily@pyra.org. if you're interested in getting involved with our Legislative Affairs Committee. I mean, you could be, I went to a Capitol Hill visit in Sacramento. It was awesome to see all of the electeds talking about what is necessary for our employees. And so if you're interested in that, I know I've spoken to a couple of you employment law nerds. I'm not one of them, but I get it. So reach out to me. Any questions about legal update?
No questions.
The chats, okay, I'm going to tell you, we have all kinds of chats coming up. This is replacing our monthly meetings right now. Our plan for 2021 is just different. So we're going to have, I think it's weekly webinars hosted by our chapters. We've got it together. We have a plan for that. And I already told you about the 11 tracks that we're going to be working on: HR strategy, comp, HRIS, all of that. But right now we have chats and a lot of chats. So here's a list of some of the chats that we have going on in the next 30 days. I know I'm definitely going to the Pyra LA happy hour that is on the 17th. It's a virtual paint and sip. I love to paint. That's one of the ways I kind of de-stress. So there is a charge for that one because they're going to send to your home the painting materials. I know South OC, I don't think I got to put you on there, but where's Amanda? Is she here? Does she want to talk about the one she has going on? Amanda, when is your happy hour?
Hi guys, we are having a holiday lunch next Friday, the 18th. It's actually just being posted today and it's free for everybody. So we're doing a fun holiday ugly sweater version of Hollywood Squares. It's Pyra Squares with fun HR questions. So we're all going to embarrass ourselves and have lots of fun, but it's the end of a long year, of a long month, of a long week. So free for members, new members, non-members, really just a chance to get together, connect, and make light of the year we've been given.
Yeah, let's finish strong and happy. And it took me a second to get in the holiday spirit, but I'm there.
Make it till you make it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and we're giving away some swag. If you join the chat next Friday and wear an ugly sweater, heck, decorate your turtleneck with some bows and some ornaments. But we're giving away some Pyra swag. We've got sweatshirts and t-shirts. So come well dressed for it, and you might go away in some Pyra gear.
All right. I saw some ugly sweaters at Walmart that were really
yes.
You can get one really quick. We also have some webinars going on. I just saw that on December 21st, which I don't know if you're going to be working or want to do this, but we're partnering with the EDD to talk about the pandemic and disability insurance. So that's interesting. And these are all free for members, unless it says it's not free on the calendar. So check all these events out at pyhra.org/calendars. Please, I am not very social, which you might not guess, but it takes a lot for me to go to a happy hour or, in person. I would have to, in-person happy hours were a little difficult. So I have to schedule it and make a goal for myself. So I challenge you all to make a goal for yourself. Attend a chat. They're free if you're a member, and they're really affordable. If you're not a member, they're like $10. And it's a great way to have a little fun, to ask questions of other HR practitioners, or like Amanda is a service provider. So, but she is very well acquainted with the challenges that HR practitioners are facing. So she can connect you with someone, provide her input. Please, at least go to one chat in the next 6 months, one chat a quarter. That's not a lot. That's only 2 chats. So really, really do that, because this is, if ever there was a time to stay connected, it's now. Amanda, do I have to unmute you? Go for it.
Yeah, thanks, Lily. I just wanted to make one quick comment. So this is going into my 2nd year as chair, and I actually started volunteering with Pyra as one of the membership chairs. So that's where my passion lies, and that's how I got started with Pyra. But one question for everybody, every new member, if you haven't had this conversation with your chapter membership chair yet, or your chapter chair, have it with somebody. And it's, why did you join? That's the most important thing for us to know at the chapter level, so we can help you immediately engage. Some people join for the programs and the CE credits. Some people join because they're in transition and looking for their next HR opportunity. Some are vendors or friends of HR, I like to call us, and are looking for potential clients and to expand their circles. So whatever it is that you joined for, let us know. If it's just networking, if it's a friendly ear to call, a second opinion, let us know so we can connect you right away. This first year of you joining is really crucial. We want to engage you right away with those other members and the resources. So if we don't know, we can't help you. And if you don't get asked the question, then please, reach out and let them know why you're here so we can help connect you. That's our goal.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Sometimes we get wrapped up in what we're doing and we don't ask those questions. And so be proactive. This is your investment in your career and in yourself. So reach out to me. I love to send or talk about what we offer, and I could send you to the Amandas, I could send you to Matthew, I could send you to all of our great volunteers. They'd be happy to help and schedule some time with you. Gosh, I finished early. Huh, that's weird. Any questions that didn't get answered? I'd love to spend a little time answering them now.
I don't think we have any unanswered questions, but if you have any last minute questions that you want us to address, feel free to type it in before
Yeah, please. I talked about the Pyra Sherm connection and relationship, and the power of dual membership. We can't compete with their website, but this is where you're going to get your local connection. So both together are really powerful. Chapters, you heard about our chapters. You got to speak to Amanda, who's one of the chapter chairs. We talked about the benefits, monthly meetings, we covered that. HR certification, big deal. And Marianne, I'm gonna reach out to you after this. And we talked about our seminars. We have a great seminar coming up, a legal update. Oh, I see a question, yay, let's see. About a chapter, besides logistics, what should a new member look for when joining one? Oh, good question. By the way, I forgot to mention, when you join Pyra, you select a preferred chapter, but you can go to any chapter meeting at the membership price. But when you select your preferred chapter, that will trigger us automatically sending you notifications about what that chapter has going on. So, and Amanda might be able to chime in. For me, I suggest that you go to several meetings of several chapters. So for example, when I first joined Pyra, because I was a Pyra member before I ever dreamed of being on staff, I went to Pyra Long Beach, and you know, it suited me. It worked well, and I was welcomed, and they were a great group, and I felt really good. And then I went to Pyra LA because it seemed to just suit my traffic pattern a little bit better. And they're a great group, but it's a different kind of culture and a different focus in terms of programs. So you want to kind of maybe go to a couple of them, and it really needs to suit you. So look at the different meetings they have. Some chapters tend to do, for example, more employment law. I know what I really liked about South OC, it's a little far from me because I'm near downtown LA, but they do this economic forecast every year. So that might be something that you're into, or they have huge monthly meetings. So if you are someone who definitely into networking and meeting as many people as possible, go to South OC. So it's really kind of depends on what your needs are and getting to know the volunteer leaders and the people that go to the regular meetings. So hopefully that answers that question. Amanda, would you add something to that? I don't know if Amanda can go. Is there another question? Let's see.
Sorry about that, guys. I muted myself again. I would definitely second what you said, Lily. You know, in person, obviously, different obstacle, but that's one of the beauties of our new virtual world. It's that it's taken down those freeways and you know, barriers and walls. So I'd say definitely attend your closest chapter. For some of you, that may be to your home. For some of you, that might be to work. I'd maybe try both. Definitely. And other than that, I'd say it'd be worth your while to just see what topics are of interest and join those. You never know where you're going to make a connection, when you're going to hit it off with somebody, or you know, meet that service provider that you didn't know that you needed. And so it just really is the best time and kind of a neat benefit. We never really had the ability in the past. So it's really a unique environment. You know, join everything you can. When it's back to in person, that'll be a different experience, but definitely as much as you can. And as there are no cost for members, it's just an added benefit.
Well, my dog decided to start barking, so thanks, Amanda.
You're very welcome. And everybody, please consider this your personal invitation to any of our South OC events.
Awesome. We could also connect with you online. We have our social media channels are on fire right now with LinkedIn, Facebook. You can find Amanda on LinkedIn. She's awesome on LinkedIn. So connect with us there. I'm a little over, and I so appreciate your time. You know, you're going to get these slides within the hour, but reach out to us. My email, if it's not LILI@Pyra, it's membership@pyra.org. Very difficult to forget. And we'll connect you with whatever benefits you need. You let us know, what are your needs? Why did you join? And it'd be my pleasure to connect you with that. Please stay safe, stay strong. We're about to finish one of the most difficult years of my life. And I have a lot of hope for 2021. And please, I wish to give you that hope, because I think HR has elevated itself this year. We are critical, and we want to help you be that HR practitioner. It takes your employees and your organization to that next place after this year. So, and with that, I'm going to adjourn. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day and happy holidays.